Mيشيل, first of all, we are so happy and pleased to have you here with us at Dubai Film Festival.
It is an honor to be at the Dubai Film Festival with OSN. I love it, and I love Dubai.
We love you too. So first of all, we would like to ask you about the 14th edition for Dubai Film Festival. What do you think about the 14th edition of Dubai Film Festival?
You're talking about this year in Dubai. Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, it's fantastic. Your choice of movies is wonderful. First of all, it's the most beautiful red carpet I've ever seen because of the backdrop. It's stunning, and the people are lovely. And I've toured different parts of Dubai. I've seen the old city. I've seen all this amazing architecture. So to come to a film festival, see fantastic movies, meet wonderful filmmakers, and the lovely people of Dubai, it's been really special and a real treat.
We would like also to ask you, for the market in the Middle East, it is successful for American movies and series? Do you think so? Is it successful for American movies and series here in Dubai?
I think nowadays entertainment is such an international business, and American movies, American TV, they are more successful internationally because there's so many more audiences that they can reach with streaming, that it's bigger and better than ever. So I think that the American movies and the American TV shows love coming to Dubai and everywhere in the AEU.
You have been working in a very famous series in the world, Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones, which is one of my favorite ones. Why this series, why these two series specifically were very succeed here in the Middle East?
Well, when we first started making Breaking Bad, nobody was watching it. Yeah. And we were a little show. We were off in Albuquerque, New Mexico, not sure if anybody was ever going to watch us. Vince Gilligan is a genius, writing, and his team of writers, and they wrote these beautiful, amazing scripts, these great complex characters, and these wonderful character arts. And because Netflix came along near the end of the series, we were able to show the series, people could binge watch for years after we made it. And I think that it gave it the time to reach beyond America, for the word to start to spread, and people, the audiences start to grow, and AMC and Netflix and all these outlets that were able to access Breaking Bad, and OSN, that all those outlets are really important for reaching out to the shows. The thing I love about OSN is their quality choice. They have a deal with HBO. They show Better Call Saul. That it's wonderful as filmmakers to know that people in the East are able to access these shows that we work so hard on in their entirety, and that's very exciting.
What is the difficulty you guys faced in making Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones is absolutely epic. It shoots in multiple countries. It is a giant cast. The writing is brilliant. David Benioff and Dan Weiss are fantastic writers, and of course George R. Martin's books are amazing. I think the biggest challenge about Game of Thrones, and it'd probably be best to ask the producers, is the logistics. And Bernie Caulfield and Chris Newman, who really figure out how it's going to actually logistically be shot, is a huge part of that show working, because we are traveling all over the place. When I did it, we were based in Northern Ireland. I shot in Iceland, Croatia, Morocco.
Hardest country?
Sorry?
Where was the hardest country you shot it at?
They all had their own challenges. Iceland is stunningly beautiful, but physically challenging, because we were shooting in this gorgeous area that looked like Shangri-La with these beautiful waterfalls, and then we got hit with an incredible windstorm, and it was freezing cold. So very extreme temperature changes, but stunningly beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Morocco, love shooting in Morocco, because you get those beautiful desert, and you get to shoot with super wide lenses, and everywhere you look it's just epic, and you have scope, and that was fantastic. Northern Belfast is stunningly beautiful. So each one of these, David and Dan pick locations that serve the story, and they all have incredible differences and wonderful scope.
So going back to Breaking Bad, you have directed 11 episodes of Breaking Bad, more than anyone. Can you speak about it?
Well, I was very fortunate. The first thing I ever directed was on The X-Files, and the writer of that episode was Vince Gilligan, who is the creator of Breaking Bad. And the first time Vince directed was on The X-Files, and I was producing. So we go way back, and and we're friends. So when Vince started Breaking Bad, he asked me if I would produce the pilot, and I wasn't available, which was actually a really good thing because I was a very experienced producer, but I was a very new director. So when I first came onto the show, I came on as a director, and so the network and the studio were introduced to me as a director. And I started directing. Thankfully, they were very happy with an episode I did in season 2 called 4 Days Out. And Vince said, will you come back and produce the show with us, and I'll give you 3 episodes a season to direct, which was amazing because Sony rarely gives producing directors more than 2. So I was very fortunate, and I'm very grateful to Vince because it changed my career. I went into Breaking Bad as a producer who directs. I came out of Breaking Bad as a director who produces, and I love producing, but directing is my passion.
But which is your favorite?
Directing. What's my favorite show?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't have a favorite. I can't say that. Okay. I love Breaking Bad. I love Game of Thrones, and I love everybody involved. I've been very fortunate in the last 10 years to work with amazing showrunners, wonderful casts, wonderful crew. I can't say I have a favorite. I will say that Breaking Bad has a very soft spot in my heart.
I can feel that from the big smile on your face. Okay, so about the visual language of Breaking Bad, which famously incorporated unusual shots.
Well, Vince directed the pilot, and the pilot director sets the look and the tone, and he broke the fourth wall, which means he put a camera in a place that realistically you can't put a camera, and it became a style of the show. And it was always important to us. Michael Slovis, our cinematographer, who's an amazing cinematographer, and we always talked about making sure if we were going to break the cinematic rules that it always served the story, and it became part of the language of Breaking Bad so that it wasn't gimmicky, it was unique to Breaking Bad. And that was important for us in the execution. Sometimes we come up with cool shots and we'd think, wait a minute, I'm too aware of the camera, we can't do this. It's not serving the story. So we really focused on, even though we were breaking the fourth wall, even though we were changing the language, that it served the story.
Yeah. Well, we wish I had more questions to ask you in this interview, but we are going to the final, and I would like to ask you my last one. Could you please give us some words for Haya magazine and your fans here in the Middle East, because everyone knows Game of Thrones and everyone watches Breaking Bad, so we all know you and definitely love you.
Well, this is my first time here. I love it. This is a beautiful city. I've managed to tour the old town. I've seen all the wonderful architecture, and I can't wait to come back, and I'm excited to see more of your filmmaking.
Thank you.